Hello, welcome back to Otter Pop Culture. Today we're going over the Hulu original film called Plan B. This is the Monday movie, so it's Monday, so this is what we're doing today. And the movie pretty much follows a straight-laced high schooler with her slacker best friend who, after a regretful first sexual encounter, has 24 hours to find the Plan B pill in the middle of South Dakota. So this was directed by Natalie Morales, who I've seen in multiple things, including Dead to Me and Park and Rec. She also has directed something that I really love, which is Room 104. So I'm really excited to see that this is her debut directorial film, and I've seen her in those kind of things. I really loved her in those things. So the fact that she's not only a great actor, but she's a great, she's a really good director too. Because this movie was really fun. I thought it was so fun. I think it was a nice nice balance between book smart, and super bad. But I feel like I've heard other people say it's more compared to Blockers and Booksmart, which is, I haven't seen Blockers, but it's definitely on the list. So this movie is really great. I loved it. I thought it was really fun. I thought it wasn't. I think that I'm still kind of working it out whether it's better or worse than Booksmart. I kind of feel like they're in their own little bubbles, but at the same time under a same umbrella in a way, if that makes any sense. So the characters that we follow is Sunny, who's played by Kuhu Verma, who's been in Big Sick, and her best friend, who's the soccer best friend, is played by Lupe, who's played by Victoria Morales, who's in Teen Wolf. But I remember her being in Teen Wolf, which is really great that I've seen her outside of that, because I honestly, my personal opinion about her character in it was that they kind of did her dirty. Like, I felt like they had so many, like, they made her, she had the same she had the same powers as the other werewolves, but she was still a damsel in distress on some occasions, which is kind of ridiculous. And I was like, she has the teeth, she has the claws. Why don't she just fight it off herself, But that's beside the point. So, and then there's two other people, which is just two guys played by, which is Hunter, played by Michael Provost, who's insatiable, and Kyle, who's played by Madison Cook, who's in a bunch of other things I haven't seen, but Spy Kids 4 is one that I remember his face from. So pretty much the idea of this whole thing, which is, side note, if you haven't seen this movie, please go see it. There's going to be a lot of spoilers in this video. If you have seen it, then welcome. We're going to talk about this. But you haven't seen it, please go see it. It's really, really worth it to go see this without me spoiling anything. But if you also don't care and it changes how you see it compared to what you're hearing, then keep going, keep listening to this. So pretty much the idea is that Sunny throws a party when her mom's out of town, with the idea that Sunny is gonna get to make out and have sex with Hunter, and Lupe is gonna have sex and make out with this mysterious person named Logan, who she has a crush on. So the party happens, Hunter shows up, but then he leaves with another girl, which makes Sunny very insecure due to the fact that she changed her whole look and everything, to kind of look better, to kind of blend in with the crowd, and also to stand out. She has a reckless kind of immediate decision because of Kyle coming in, who's a very Christian kid who comes into the bathroom when she's crying and pretty much comforts her. They have sex in that bathroom, find out later on the next day that she pretty much had a condom in her, and there's a chance that she might be pregnant. So she has 24 hours to find a Plan B pill in South Dakota. So they go to the nearest place. The pharmacist is like, yeah, no, I'm not going to give that to you because of conscience clause, which pretty much says that if your religion goes against it, or your personal causes goes against it, then you don't have to give a woman or a girl a Plan B pill. And I think it's completely ridiculous. But you're starting to, but that's the whole point of this movie, is to kind of give you a look of what it actually looks like when at times when it comes to, or things that you'll counter when it comes to getting a Plan B pill. Kind of falling into the line of abortion, pretty much, is just how that works. So that falls through, and they're like, okay, we need to figure out what's going on. They decide to drive to the next town to go to a Planned Parenthood building. They stop to ask for directions at this convenience store where you meet this woman who's hilarious, just so funny. I love her. I thought she was hilarious, and she gives them directions, and it's like Mississippi, counting 20 Mississippis going up the street, and she's like, oh, if you meet up this guy, he gives me opioids, and he can give you some, like, maybe he has some Plan B pills. They go there, they meet this guy who was a drug dealer at a playground, and he's super sketch. But of course, they don't have the money for the Plan B, so in that whole direction, they decide to, like, okay, well, he's like, well, maybe if you don't give me a little, like, if you give me a little head, I'll give you the pill. So Sunny is like, you know what, I'm going to do it, even reluctantly, very, very reluctantly, I'm going to do it. Ends up not doing it. She's like, I can't do it. She pulls away, and her hair clips onto his piercing that's on his dick head and pulls it right off. And it's a huge, just disgusting moment. The whole moment is disgusting in general, but like that part just, whoa, it was insane. From then on, they decide to, okay, we know the directions to Planned Parenthood, we're gonna go there, blah, blah, blah. They are on their way there. Lupe decides to take a detour to meet up with Logan, because Logan's plan is like, oh, why don't you come to my show? It's at this bowling alley. And all that stuff like that. So of course they go there, and they have the pill that the drug dealer had, but they don't really know if it's the actual drug, or the actual pill, or it's PCP. So their scenario is just like, I don't know when to take it, I don't know if we're gonna take it. They go to the bowling alley. Lupe meets with Logan, who happens to be a girl, and they meet each other. They make out in the van, and she's like, I want you to meet my best friend. She goes to meet her to go grab Sunny, come back, the band's gone, and we find out that they're pretty much at this party that's at this kind of drug house, and they find a way to get to there, and they pretty much get there, and they pretty much find out that one of the band members is a complete wreck, and he's all over the place. He himself is tripping on PCP or whatever drug, and so he's super paranoid and everything, and they figure out the way to get their truck back, the keys back from him, because he's the one that had the keys, and it's a hilarious like moment. But they do that. They finally go to Planned Parenthood, even though she took the pill anyway. But find out it's PCP, and so Lupe, Sunny's high off of it. She's high off PCP as she's trying to get to this place, and it kind of wears down over time. But when they finally get there, it's closed. It's completely closed. It's the Planned Parenthood. It's completely closed because of funding. A lack of funding, and we all know where that came from and how that happened. And so, of course, they end up going home to kind of confront their individual parents, with Lupe having a very religious dad who doesn't know that she's gay, and she has to confront him about that too and come out to him. And then, while Sunny is going home to her very cultural mom, who thinks she's perfect and thinks she's on top of the world kind of thing, and to kind of let her know, it's just like, I'm not just this perfect person, and having that on me is a lot of pressure on me too. And so but I love the fact that they actually go their separate ways and talk to those people individually. It's not a whole, I'm gonna bring me and my friend, we're gonna go tell you what it is, or we're gonna tell you how it is. It actually individual ones actually becomes an actual conversation between the two, and you get to understand where the parents are coming from or what they're actually thinking about. Like the dad's not even fazed about her being gay, and her Sunny's mom is pretty much just like, I definitely get what you mean. I've definitely done some reckless stuff, and the reason I'm much more onto you about it, because my stuff I completely regret, and so I shouldn't have implanted that onto you. You should have your own type of life and make your own mistakes and everything. I should just be there to support you, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like that was a really, really cute little ending to kind of wrap things up. And of course, in the end of it, she ends up not being pregnant after all. But it's one of those things that's just, oh no, yeah, she ends up getting the Plan B from the same pharmacist who refused her, thanks to her mom. So yeah, I really, really liked this. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was just so exciting to watch. Definitely get into it. I love the fact that you got a lot of newcomers that came into it. They're not like A-list stars. It gives us a chance to see like actors and actresses grow. Leave a comment below, tell me what you thought about it. If you like it, didn't like it, let me know. I give this out of 5, so I give it a 5 out of 5. I think it was a really fun movie. Let me know what you thought. If you like this video, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell too. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.